ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात् कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च। Please repeat. अग्निर्यतैको भुवनं प्रविष्टः
अग्निर्यतैको भुवनं प्रविष्टः
रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बभूव
रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बभूव
एकस्तथा सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा
एकस्तथा सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा
रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बहिश्च
रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बहिश्च
वायुर्यथैको भुवनं प्रविष्टः
वायुर्यतैको भुवनं प्रविष्टः
रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बभूव
रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बभूव
एकस्तथा सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा
एकस्तथा सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा
रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बहिश्च
रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बहिश्च
सूर्यो यथा सर्वलोकस्य चक्षुः
सूर्यो यथा सर्वलोकस्य चक्षुः
Sorry, we can read the Sangati Bhashya and then read this. Ekasya sarvatmatve
एकस्य
एकस्य
सर्वात्मत्वे
सर्वात्मत्वे
संसारदुःखित्वं परस्य एव तत् इति प्राप्तम्
संसारदुःखित्वं
संसारदुःखित्वं
परस्य
परस्य
एव
एव
तदिति
तद् इति
प्राप्तम्।
प्राप्तम्।
अतः इदम् उच्यते
अतः इदम् उच्यते
सूर्यो यथा सर्वलोकस्य चक्षुः
सूर्यो
यो यथा
यथा
सर्वलोकस्य
चक्षुः
न लिप्यते चाक्षुषैर्बाह्यदोषैः
न
न
लिप्यते
लिप्यते चाक्षुः
बाह्यदोषैः
एकस्तथा सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा
एकस्तथा
एकस्तथा सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा
न लिप्यते लोकदुःखेन बाह्यः
न लिप्यते
लिप्यते
लोकेन
लोकदुःखेन
बाह्यः।
बाह्यः।
So this mantra, it connecting with the previous mantra by raising a doubt and answering it in the form of answer. एकस्य सर्वात्मत्वे संसार दुःखित्वं परस्य एव तदिति प्राप्तम्. If the Atma, which is Sarvabhutantaratma, which pervades all the beings, then a doubt can come that dukkha, the samsara, the samsaritvam, the dukkitvam of all the beings, dukkitvam of all the beings, because Atma pervades everything, all the beings, the Stula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira. Therefore, the doshas like this dukkitvam, samsaritvam of this anatma, the Atma also will have, because dukkham, the dosha is brought about by this association. If Atma is considered to be associated with Anatma, then Anatma dosha will be transferred to this Atma. So this association, this Sangha can bring the dosha of Anatma to Atma. So Atma also will be enjoying these doshas of Anatma. So therefore, that is a problem. If Atma also has samsaritva, and Atma is shashvataha, nityaha, then Atma can never become muktaha. It will be a samsari forever. So, therefore, to say that Atma satyaha, nityaha, mukta swabhavaha, which becomes contradictory to the Shruti Vakyam. What the Shruti Vakyam says, it becomes contradictory. So, therefore, even though Atma is present in all the beings, in all the Anatma, but Atma is not touched by the samsara dosha. It's not touched by. Why? Because this Anatma and the associated problems, the doshas, they belong to the Vyavaharika. They enjoy the Vyavaharika satta. They enjoy a degree of reality which is totally different from the Paramarthika satta, Atma. Like the dream doesn't affect the waker. Similarly, this Vyavaharika, the Vyavaharika dosha doesn't touch Atma because Atma is Paramarthika. Therefore, Atma is not affected by any of the doshas of Anatma. Anatma is subject to destruction. And therefore, Anatma subject to destruction, again it comes back. Not in the same form. It's made up of Panchabhuta. It has got Avayava. It is put together. All the doshas are there. But Atma doesn't have all the dosha. In fact, the Anatma enjoys its existence not independently, but dependently on Atma. So, therefore, the dosha of Anatma cannot touch, cannot contaminate, na lipyate. And Anatma cannot have moksha. Anatma cannot have moksha because there is no moksha in Vyavaharika. That means whatever the Vyavaharika, the reality is that Anatma will have it, Anatma will enjoy. In the Vyavaharika, nothing is perfect. Perfection of Anatma is not possible. Nothing is Shashvata. Everything undergoes changes. Everything undergoes changes. Everything is sustained by Atma. The Atma as the Adhara. Everything is Adhyastha on Atma. This Adhyastha, this Anatma undergo changes. But the Adhara, Atma, doesn't undergo any change because it is the Adhara. Because of this Atma only, this Anatma Prapancha is sustained. So, therefore, this Asanga Atma is not affected by this Anatma. So, that is what in this mantra said with an example. So, Yata Suryaha Sarvalokasya Chakshuhu. Suryaha, which is the eye of the entire Loka. The Suryaha. And the eye, the netram, it is because of which we enjoy the perception of object. It is responsible for the sight. And the light principle that Suryaha behind the sight perception is there. Therefore, the eyes are eyes, Chakshuhu. So, therefore, Yata Sarva Lokasya Chakshuhu, Yata this Suryaha, which is Sarva Lokasya Chakshuhu, the eye of the entire world, na lipyate. It is not tainted, it is not contaminated. By what? By Chakshushahi Doshehi, Bhagya Doshehi. By Chakshusha Dosha, by the defects of the eyes, by the defects, maybe the physical defects, or maybe the defects associated with the intention or the attitude behind the perception of the person. Dosha need not be only physical dosha. What should not be seen is seen. That is also a dosha because it invites papam. That is also a dosha. So, Chakshushaihi doshehi. That dosha really belongs to the person who operates the eyes. But still, it is the dosha considered to be the dosha of the eyes. The eyes belong to the person, therefore, dosha of the eyes. So, therefore, Chakshushahi doshehi, whether it is a physical dosha or the dosha associated with the mental setup of the person, or bhagya doshehi, the dosha of the objects of the world. It is not tainted. Surya Kiranaha, Suryaha na lipyate. The sunlight is not affected by any of the dosha, Chaksha dosha, Bhagya dosha. The sunlight falls on the ditch water, it falls on the Ganga water. Neither it becomes pure because it falls on Ganga water, neither it becomes impure because it illumines the ditch water, being what it is, not contaminated. This is asanga. This is asangatva. The knife being an instrument, it is used to do a surgery by the doctor. The same knife is used by another person to commit a murder. The knife being what it is, whoever operates it, it does the job of piercing the shariram. That is not a dosha of the knife. The dosha depends on the operator. Asangatva. The chakshu, this knife, the churika is not lipyate, not contaminated. Similarly, suryaha na lipyate. The same way, this atma doesn't get affected by anatma. It continues to remain purna atma, jnana swarupa atma, which is its svabhava, swarupa. Therefore, it cannot become dukhi. Therefore, loka dukkhena bhagyaha, because it enjoys a different degree of reality, it means it is paramarthika satyam. Therefore, this pratibhadika satta, satyam or vyavaharika satta, satyam cannot touch this paramarthika satya atma, which is the adhishtanam for both pratibhasika and paramarthika. So, therefore, atma is ever pure. It is nitya, mukta, shuddha, svabhavaha, atma. In the Aitareya Upanishad, there is a beautiful statement. Tasya trayaha avasataha. Trayaha swapnaha iti. That is, this atma, which is paripurna atma, paramartha atma, tasya atmanaha vasagraham. It has the vasasthanam. It has got vasasthanam, three vasasthanam. Three vasasthanam, that is three dwelling places. Three vasasthanani. What are they vasasthanani? In the Jagrat Avastha, this atmanaha vasasthanam, it is dakshina chakshuhu. Dakshina chakshuhu, the right eye, is the vasasthanam of the atma. In the swapna, the vasasthanam of atma is manaha. In the sushupti, it is hridaya, heart. So, atmanaha trini vasasthanani. So, it is the dakshina chakshu in the Jagrat Avastha. Because it is that, therefore only the Vyavahara takes place. Dakshina chakshu is the Indriya. So all the Jagrat this Vyavahara, it depends on the Indriya. Without Indriya, there is no Vyavahara in the Jagrat Avastha. So everything is Indriya Dina. So Indriya, if is not there, then no Vyavahara possible. In the Swapna, all the Vyavahara are dependent on the Manas. So Mano Dinaha, all the Vyavahara. Swapna Vyavahara. And in the Sushupti, there is no Vyavahara. Therefore, Nidra Avasthaya, Hridaya Akashe, Atmanaha, Atma is considered to be having its dwelling place, Hridaya, where there is no Vyavahara. In the deep sleep state, there is no Vyavahara, therefore. These are the These are the Trini Vasasthanani Atmanaha. Paramartha Drishtya, all the three Avastaha, the Upanishad says, Tasya Trayaha Swapnaha Eva. It means all the Avastha are Paramartha Drishtya, it is Swapnaha Eva. It is dream. It means it doesn't exist independently. All the three, Jagrat Avastha, this Jagrat Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Sushupti Avastha, all the three avasthas in which these three degrees of reality, in Swapna there is no degree because there is no Vyavahara, therefore there is no any reality there. Only Jagrata Avastha empirical, in the Swapna Avastha it is Pratibhasika. But the Upanishad says all the three are Swapna Eva. With regard to Paramarthika Drishtya, all the Avasthas are Swapna Eva. Why? Avidya Kritatvat. It is because of Avidya. So, therefore, Avidya Kritatvat, Paramartha Drishtya, Trayaha Avastaha, Swapnaha Eva iti. Shvetashvara Upanishad beautifully says. It means Atma is free, na lipyate, by any of this dosha. That is what here in this mantra the Upanishad says. Ekaha tata sarva bhutantaratma na lipyate loka dukkhena bhagyaha. Atma, it being bhagyaha, above this degree of reality. Therefore, it is not contaminated by the dukkha. By dukkha. Bhagyaha means asangaha. Asangaha bhagyaha. Then we will read the Bhashya, which we have read 2 lines. We'll continue. Suryaha yatha chakshushaha alokena upakaram kuruvan.
Suryaha yatha chakshushaha lokena upakaram kurvan.
Mutra purishadi ashuchi prakashanena.
Mutra purishadi ashuchi prakashanena.
Taddarshinaha sarvalokasya chakshuhu apisan. Na lipyate chakshushaihi ashuchyadi darshana nimittaihi adhyatmikaihi papadoshaihi bahyaischa ashuchyadi samsarga doshaihi. So here, this chakushaihi doshaihi. So, bhagya doshaihi, chakushaihi dosha means the dosha which are associated with the eyes. So, here, the 2 types of doshas. Upanishad itself divides the dosha into 2. One is drishta dosha, other one is adrishta dosha. Drishta dosha is the dosha, the impurity which are drishtam, impurity of the objects. Not all the objects are pure. Even though everything is Ishvara, but objects are Anatma, the objects are, some objects are impure. And through our indriyas we can know. So these doshas are there. Virus also is a dosha that affects the body. So anything which affects you, affects your body, that is considered to be a dosha, the defect. The water which is contaminated, it is not drinkable, dosha. contaminated water or contaminated food, because these can affect the consumer. Therefore, it is a dosha. These are the drishta dosha. With regard to any perception, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. So, if doshas are there, that will affect drishta dosha. Adrishta dosha, the doshas that are not available for your perception. You cannot perceive it. You cannot perceive by any of the indriya, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. By that you cannot perceive, but it is there, adrishta dosha. The adrishta dosha, the perception of that will give you certain papam, adhyatmika papa. So here Acharya, he points out both these type of dosha, bhagya dosha as well as this adhyatmika dosha. Bhagya dosha is drishta dosha, adhyatmika dosha is adrishta dosha. So therefore, Suryaha yata chakshushah alokena upakaram kurvan. The sun doing upakara, doing a favor to the eye. How? It does a favor to the eye by through this sight perception, because of the light, that is only sight perception. Therefore, that is a favor. So, therefore, the Surya Devata upakara, it helps, it does favor. It does favor to the eyes of all the beings of the world. Katam, by making them see. The seeing is because of sun. That is upakara. Okay. Then upakaram kurvan, doing so, doing upakara. Lokasya chakshuhu alokena upakaram kurvan mutra purishadi ashuchi prakashanena, by illuminating prakashanena, by its prakasha, by its light, prakasha, by its all pervading light, illumines all the object of the world, including this mutra, puri, etc. Urine and the purisha, the waste which gets out from the body, everything is illumined by the sun. Therefore, because it illumines, therefore the sight, the eyes get the sight. Therefore, tat darshinaha, helping the eyes to see them. Therefore, sarvalokasya chakshuhu. Therefore, Surya is called sarvalokasya chakshuhu apisan. Na lipyate, it is not touched, it is not contaminated. Chakushaihi doshaihi, by the doshas associated, because of the perception of the impure objects. Ashuchyadi darshana nimittaihi, that is one type of dosha. By the perception of the impure objects, because of that chakushaihi doshaihi na lipyate. And second dosha is adhyatmikaihi papa doshaihi. The second dosha is adhyatmika dosha, adrishta dosha, seeing that which should not be seen, because it will create some impact in the mind of the person. Therefore, that is a dosha, adhyatmika dosha. Two types of dosha, takushaki dosha. Then bhagya dosha, bhagyescha, ashuchyadi, samsarga dosha. Samsarga is association. So, ashuchyadi samsarga dosha, because of its samsarga, the association with the ashuchai, the impure objects, na lipyate, because of the impure, because of the association with the impure objects, ashuchyadi samsargi doshaki na lipyate, it is not tainted, it is not contaminated. So, therefore, it is ever pure, it remains in its swarupa. That is the meaning. The next line. Ekaha san tatha
एकः सन् तथा
तथा
सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा न लिप्यते लोकदुःखेन भाग्यः
सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा न लिप्यते
लोकदुःखेन
लोकदुःखेन
बाह्यः
तथा एकः सन् अद्वैतः सन् Atma is ekaha, advaitaha, and it is sarvabhutantaratma. Atma being only one, it is advaita atma, and it is the sarvabhutantaratma, sarvabhuteshu vartate. Therefore, sarvabhutantaratma na lipyate. It is not polluted by loka dukkhena, by the dukkha of the loka. Loka meaning the people. By the loka dukkhena, the dukkha of the loka belong to what? Belong to the sharira. Sharira dukkham alone is the dukkha of the people. Because the abhimana is that with the three sharira trayam. Stula sharira, sukshma sharira. It's mainly these two sharira only. Karana sharim, there is no dukkha. Because the people, when they go to sleep, they forget. Sukhena maya nidra anubhuyate iti. Therefore, there is no dukkha in the karana shariram. Only stula and sukshma. Stula shariram, it means the present jagrata avastha. The problem of the shariram and also the mental problems. In sukshma shariram also there is problem. Defects, doshas are there. Samsara is the problem in samsara. The sorrow, the dukkha, samsara. By that, loka dukkhena na lipyate. Kimartam bhagyaha. This ekaha sarvabhutantaratma bhagyaha. Even though it dwells in all the beings, but still it is not affected. When it can be unaffected, even though it has got associated with samsarga with anatma, only when it is asanga. Yata suryaha na lipyate, tata na lipyate. That is why the drishtanta is given. Asangaha, that asangatvam is, that is bhagyaha. That is called external. External, that which exists outside, external is called bhagyaha. Bhagihi bhavaha bhagyaha. Atma is external. How can Atma be external? You say, sarvabhutantaratma. It is the indweller of all the beings. At the same time, you say, Atma bhagyaha. Therefore, na lipyate. This has to be understood. The word bhagya has to be understood. Bhagya literally means external. Bhagya literally means external. At the same time, Atma is bhagyaha. At the same time, Atma is sarvabhutantaratma. So, therefore, there seems to be a contradiction. There is no contradiction. There seems to be a contradiction. How this has to be understood or resolved? Atma is sarvavyapi. Therefore, to say that Atma is bhagihi, bhagyaha, there is no problem in that. Since Atma is outside, since Atma being outside, is it not inside? It is both inside and outside. That inside, outside, that division because of this shariram. Because of this shariram. Inside, outside. Atma doesn't have inside, outside. With regard to shariram, we say anta, antaha, bhagihi. So, Atma being all pervading. Therefore, this sarvabhutantaratma is not touched by the dosha of this anatma. When we say, connecting the two, Atma is sarvavyapi, that is inside and outside. And this Atma, which dwells in all the beings, is not affected. It means, the word bhagya means, it must be enjoying a different degree of reality. That is a mean. Like the same example, the waker in the dream, this person who is in the dream, enjoying the dream, sapna prapancha. With regard to the dream prapancha, this waker, the waker means the person who is obtained in the jagrata avastha, is bhagyaha. is Bhagyaha. Jagrat Avastha belongs to the Vyavaharika, and the Swapna Prapancha belongs to Pratipasika. Therefore, the person in the Swapna, he enjoys the Pratipasika, the reality, the Prapancha, because of which this person is not affected. This person, the waker, is not affected. So when he gets up, there is no Swapna Prapancha. In fact, this Adhisthana is the person is there. That is why the Swapna Prapancha is also. Similarly, the Atma is not affected by the dukkha of the loka. Therefore, it is Bhagyaha. Therefore, it is called Bhagya. Another very good example. In the movie screen, in the screen you see different objects. All the different objects have the white screen as the Adhisthana. So with regard to the picture, the scenes which are projected on the screen is not affected because the screen is Bhagyaha. In the movie, you may see the fire, but the screen is not burnt. You may see the water, the river flowing. The screen doesn't become wet. So, as the screen is not affected by any change of the scene in the movie, any change in the form of the fire or water, you see any change, but the screen doesn't change. Therefore, the screen is Bhagyaha. Similarly, Atma. This screen is Antaha. With regard to the scene of the movie, the screen is Antaha. But really, it is neither Antaha nor Bhagyaha. It is what it is. It is not affected. It is Asangaha. The screen is the Adhara. And the movie which is projected on the screen is the Vyavaharika. So, therefore, doesn't touch. Therefore, the screen remains as it is. It is not affected by the scene. It enjoys a different degree of reality. Similarly, this Atma is Sarvabhutantaratma Lokadukkhena Bhagyaha iti. So this Bhagya word is what Bhashyakara is going to explain the next few lines. We will read. Lokaha hi avidya. Swatmani adhyastaya. Kama karmodbhavam dukkam anubhavati. Lokaha anubhavati. You have to connect Lokaha referring to the people, the world, or the people. Anubhavati, they experience. Anubhavam karoti, this Lokaha. Why this Loka, the people, they enjoy, they experience dukkam anubhavati. Dukkam is there. What anubhavati? Dukkam. They experience dukkam. Why these people experience dukkam? Because of avidyaya. Lokaha, he is, because. Lokaha dukkam anubhavati avidyaya. Because of avidyaya, due to avidya, this loka, the people, they experience dukkam. This avidya has got two shakti, avarana shakti, vikshepa shakti. Avarana is a covering, the veiling power, because of which the Swarupa of Atma is covered or veiled as though. It is not really, it's not really covered. Atma is not coverable. This Ajnana as though covers the Atma. And because of which there is a vikshepa, there is a projection, What is not there is projected. Atasmin tad buddhihi, because of vikshepa. Now, because it projecting that which is not real, that which is not there, that projects. Like the snake is not there, only rope is there. On the rope, the snake is projected. First is Avarana Shakti. The snake is the rope is there, the rope is not seen. So that perception, that knowledge, the rope knowledge is covered. Then in the place of rope knowledge, because there is a cover, in the place of rope, there is projection of snake. This is how avidya operates. So, where is the rope? The rope is not there with regard to the snake. When you see the snake, the rope is not there. So when you see the snake is a reality. The snake is a reality for you. That is because of this avidya, this vikshepa. That is why dukkham is. Similarly, the samsara also, what is not seen. On that something is projected. Because of this vikshepa shakti of avidya, something is projected. Therefore, adhyastaya, that is adhyasta. Adhyasta is superimposition. Like the snake is superimposed on the rope. Similarly, this, because of avidya, swatmani, in atma, adhyastaya, superimposed. Avidya is superimposed on atma. So, adhyastaya, swatmani adhyastaya, kama karmodbhavam dukkham anubhavati. Kama karma, this avidya is superimposed on atma. What does it mean? On the rope, the snake is superimposed. On the rope, the snake is superimposed. Similarly, on the avidya, on the atma, this avidya is superimposed. When we say adhyasta, the word adhyasta means that which is not real, it is mithya. Adhyasta means that which is not real, which is mithya, because it is superimposed on the adhara atma. Adhyasta is that which is superimposed. Now, who does the superimposition? When we say this adhyasta, it is mithya. When it is mithya, we don't need somebody to superimpose, because what is there is only atma. There is nothing other than atma. Therefore, there is no person who has superimposed avidya and atma. It means this atma is the adhisthana even for avidya. Atma is the adhisthana even for avidya. Avidya doesn't have separate location. Location is also, adhisthana is also on atma alone. If avidya has got separate location, then it becomes two parallel reality. That becomes a problem. So avidya doesn't exist even outside atma. Atma alone is the adhisthana even for avidya. Therefore, atmani adhyasta. Adhyastaha, this avidya. So it means the avidya atma is the adhisthana for avidya means what? Atma is satya, and this avidya, which is adhyasta and atma, means this avidya doesn't enjoy separate reality. It doesn't enjoy, it means it doesn't have this separate, it enjoys certain degree of reality that is mithya. It doesn't have the same degree of reality as atma. When something is adhyasta on something, when the snake is superimposed on the rope, the The snake has got certain reality, and the rope has got certain reality. The reality are different, but what is real is rope, but the snake enjoys a different degree of reality, and that is mithya. Similarly, here also, Atma is the adhisthana for avidya. It means that avidya doesn't have the same degree of reality as Atma. It enjoys a different degree of reality. That is why we say it is mithya. So avidya is mithya. Therefore, avidya is mithya. Therefore, in Atma there is no avidya because it belongs to a different degree of reality. Therefore, Paramarthika, on the Paramarthika Satta Atma, this Vyavaharika Satta Avidya, is it there or not? Really, it is not there. How can avidya be there? How can avidya be there on the Paramarthika Atma? Because of different degree of reality. Therefore, really speaking, avidya doesn't exist outside. Avidya has adhisthana on the Atma. At the same time, this Vyavaharika Satta Avidya is not there in Paramarthika Satta. This has to be understood. So therefore, really speaking, this superimposition, which is this adhyasa, this avidya, it is nobody has done. It is there anadi kalena, it is there. So therefore, to ask who has done the superimposition, there is no answer. We cannot answer it because it is beginningless. It has been there. Now dukkham is there. The dukkham has to be removed. And dukkham, is it real? Dukkham also, because it is avidya, therefore it is mithya. This avidya, the avidya also doesn't create dukkham directly. The avidya creates dukkham by the abhimana with this sharira mana sangata. Because of abhimana with the sharira mana sangata, therefore there is a sense of parichinnatvam, the limitation. When a person identifies with this sharira mana sangata, there is it is parichinnam, parichinnatvam asti. Therefore desire will be there, kama will be there, because the swarupa of the person is purnatvam, and he doesn't want to be limited by this sharira mana sangata. Therefore only he is seeking the purnatvam, the limitlessness. The reason for seeking limitlessness is swarupam. Unless he is limitless, he cannot seek. If he is if he knows he is limitless, then he becomes muktaha. But that knowledge is not there. He has the sense of limitation, therefore he seeks purnatvam. The very seeking itself shows that purnatvam must be its swarupa, and it is the seeking is because of not knowing, therefore it is avidya. So avidyaya adhyasta, swatmani adhyasta. So therefore only this sense of this limitation, the sense of limitation with regard to sharira mana sangata, that gives him the desire, the ichcha, the kama, and the kama propels him to do the karma. So, and the karma will produce the result in the form of sukham and dukkham. Therefore, what is the cause for this karma and karma pala? This avidya, kama, karma udbhavam. So, kama karma udbhavam, born of this desire and action. Kama karma udbhavam, dukkham anubhavati lokaha. So, lokaha, the people experience dukkham, which is born of this desire, and the desire prompted the action. Therefore, lokaha, dukkham anubhavati, caused by what? Caused by this kama. And kama means desire. To fulfill the desire, they do karma. Therefore, kama karma udbhavam, it is in visheshana to dukkham. Kama karma udbhavam, dukkam anubhavati. And what is the reason for dukkam? Because of avidya, because of avidya, vidyaya, because of the ignorance. And that is adhyasta on what? Swatmani, on the atma. It is avidya, because of avidya, they experience dukkam, and the cause for dukkam, the immediate cause for dukkam is kama and karma, and the cause for kama and karma is avidya, and this avidya is superimposed on this atma. So swatmani adhyastaya avidyaya lokaha kama karmodbhavam dukkam anubhavati iti. Then the next line, natu sa paramartataha swatmani.
Natu sa
paramartah swatmani.
This dukkam is there, but this dukkam which the people they experience because of this avidya. That avidya, paramartataha na swatmani. Paramartataha, in reality, really, this avidya is not there. Atmanaha, atma is paramartika. So, paramartataha swatmani, in reality, with respect to the absolute reality, this avidya, na, sa, referring to the avidya, sa avidya, na, on what? On swatmani. Therefore, really it is not adhyasta also. Really, it is adhyasta, really it is not that. It is adhyasta. Avidya is adhyasta and atma. It is because of this, because of this, the person who is under the influence of this avidya from the anadikala. Therefore, there is adhyasta on the atma. But avidya is not there in atma. So, sa avidya swatmani paramatataha na. The avidya in reality is not there in paramatma. It means what? The avidya doesn't there. It is not there. It means it is mithya. It means atma is free from avidya. Because it is free from avidya, therefore na lipyate. If avidya is also there in atma, then it will become problem. It becomes dvaita. Avidya. So avidya is not there. If avidya is not there, what about the avidya born problems? Kama, karma, and the resultant dukkha, sukha also, all these are not there. Therefore, paramarthika drishtya, all these are not there. Only vyavaharika drishtya, they are. So really they are not there. Therefore, they cannot affect atma. Paramarthika drishtya, because they are not there, therefore, it doesn't affect the atma. Therefore, atma is bhagyaha. So, therefore, whatever happens in the vyavaharika satta, that doesn't affect me, the atma. So, that is what the meaning of the word bhagyaha. So, adhyastam adhishtanam na dushayati. That what is superimposed, that cannot touch, cannot pollute the adhishtana. Adhishtana remains as it is. It is not touched by the adhyasta. Then the next line. Yata rajju shukti kosha koshara gaganeshu. Sarpa rajato daka malani.
Kamalani.
Sarpa rajata udaka malani. Na rajvadi nam. Swataha dosha rupani santi. Samsargini. Viparita buddhi adhyasa nimittat. It's one word, it's a compound word. Viparita buddhi adhyasa nimittat. For the sake of reading, splitting that. Doshavat vibhavyate.
दोषवद् विभाज्यते
न तत् दोषैः तेषां लेपः.
न
न
तत्
तद्
दोषैः
दोषैः
तेषां
तेषां
लेपः।
Okay. So we have to understand what is adhyastha and what is adhyasa. Adhyasa means the process, the superimposition. It must have two things. One is adhyastha, the other one is adhisthana. What is superimposed is called adhyastha. Adhisthana is on that superimposition. Superimposition takes place. This adhyastha is superimposed on adhisthana. So, what we say is, this adhisthana is satyam. That adhyastha is mithya because of avidya. That adhyastha is mithya because of avidya. This is our stand. So, therefore, this adhyastha, it is because of avidya. Can it affect the adhisthana sat? Adhyastha being mithya, it cannot affect the adhyastha sat. For that, Bhashyakara gives many examples, very famous example. The mirage water is there. The water, mirage water, where the water is there, and the the water in the desert, mirage water. The water which has got its property, and it is known. Water is wet, it is cool, it is quenches the thirst. Those are the properties of water. And the desert, there will not be any water. That's why it's called desert. In the place where there is no water, now you see the water. So adhisthana is desert. This adhyastha is the water. Therefore, only we call it as a mirage water. It is a mirage water. Really, it is not a water. So the water which is superimposed on the desert. If it is there, then the desert land would have been quenched by the water. Desert continues to be as it is. It is dry only. It is adhisthana. Adhisthana doesn't change. Doesn't change because of the water. The water doesn't make the desert land wet because it is not there. So adhisthana not touched by the adhyastha, but it is seen because of the other factors. It is seen as though it is there. Can you ask, when does it happen? When did this superimposition started? When did this adhyasa, avidya started? We cannot say. It is there because some factors are there. Factors are conducive to happen. Therefore, it is there. Therefore, you cannot ask when did it start. It is there. This is the Vyavaharika example. The Vyavaharika example, this. And Pratibhasika example. Bhashyakara gives all different types of example. Now the snake is there. The rope is there. On the snake, on the rope, the snake is projected. The rope is there. You don't see the rope because of semi-darkness. Sufficient light is there, you will see the rope as rope. If completely dark, then you will not see the rope at all. Now, the situation is conducive for you to project the snake on the rope. The rope is not clearly perceived. So, adhisthana is rope. On that adhisthana rajju, now you superimpose the snake. Therefore, rajju sarpa. On the rajju, the sarpa is superimposed. Rajju is adhisthana, sarpa is adhyastha. If really snake is there, then the snake will be moving, it will be hissing, all those action you will be seeing, but it is simply lying down. Suddenly, this rope cannot assume the property of the snake and start moving. That is also not possible. Therefore, this this adhyastha, the properties of the adhyastha cannot really touch the adhisthana rajju, being what it is. On that it is superimposed. This also you cannot say when did this avidya, where and when did this avidya start in me. You cannot say. The situation being conducive, you see the snake on the rope. So this one example. Another example is, so Rajju Sarpa, and another example, Shuktika and Rajata. Shuktika is silver. Shuktika is a shell. Rajata is silver. So the shell which you see on the beach, it doesn't have any value. The shell being what it is. On that shell, on the value-less shell, you superimpose Rajata. Rajata is silver. Silver is valuable. This is also Adhyasa. This is Shobhana Adhyasa. This is Shobhana. You value something which is really valueless. Because you have got some value for it, therefore you value. So shell, really, if you see it as a shell, it is valueless. But you don't see the shell as a shell. You superimpose silver on it. Therefore, you have value for shell. Because you think it is a silver. Because you have value for silver, therefore, you value the shelly silver. It is adhyastha. But really, does the shell gets value? No. It is because of your perception, your wrong perception, your superimposition. This is another example. And another example, Bhashyakara says, this Kamalani, this Gaganeshu Kamalani, this Gagana Kamala. Gagana is this Akasha. Akasha is Gagana. Then, not Kamalani, sorry. Udaka Malani, I read it wrongly. Sarpa, Rajata, Udaka, then Malani, not Kamalani. This Malani. Malani is this, the dirt. The Akasha being what it is not touched by the Mala, the impurities. It is Sarpa, Rajata, Udaka, Malani. You have to split like that. So it is Malani, it is impurity. The impurity which is seen in the Akasha. Akasha is ever pure. It cannot be polluted. But you see the Akasha to be impure. Mala and the Akasha. So, Adhisthana Akasha and the Adhyastha is Mala. By all this Drishtanta, what the Bhashyakara says, the Sukha and Dukkha are superimposed on Atma. Yata on the Rajju Sarpa, on the Shuktika Rajata, on the Ushara this Udaka, on the Gagana this Mala, na Rajvadinam. Really, on the Rajju, etc., Swataha dosha rupani santi. Really speaking, there are no dosha on the Rajju, Shuktika, Ushara, Gagana. On this, there are no dosha. Swataha dosha rupani santi. There are really no defects in that Swataha. The defects are not there. Defects means in the form of a distortion. The defects are not there. When the snake is superimposed on rope, even though you superimpose snake on the rope, the water on the sand, the dirt in the sky, but really the snake cannot touch the rope. Snake cannot touch the rope. Similarly, the water cannot touch the sand. The mala, the impurities cannot touch the sky. So, dosha rupani nasanti. These the defects, these defects, dosha rupani, by their very nature, by the nature of this sarpa raja, by its nature, it cannot really touch the adhisthana, rajju, shuktika, etc. Because they enjoy a certain reality, vyavaharika reality. And what is superimposed on that? They are pratibhasika. So, compared to pratibhasika, vyavaharika is a higher reality. So, therefore, they are not touched. Therefore, dosha rupani na santi. Dosha rupani na santi. But dosha seems to be there. Tat doshavat vibhavyate. The doshas made to appear. Why? Because of viparita buddhi adhyasa nimitta. On account of this viparita buddhi adhyasa, in the form of this misconception, this viparita buddhi adhyasa nimitta, it is the hetu panchami, viparita buddhi adhyasat tad doshavati vibhavyante. These rajju, etc., they seem to have this dosha, the defects, because of this viparita buddhi adhyasa nimitta. Nimitta means the karanam, the reason, the factor which is in the form of this adhyasa, the superimposition, and that is because of this viparita buddhi. Because of viparita buddhi. Therefore, because of adhyasa, they appear as something different. That is caused by this viparita buddhi, the false notion. So, yathartha buddhi not there. Yathartha buddhi, seeing a rope as a rope is yathartha buddhi. Seeing a shuktika as a shuktika is yathartha buddhi. Seeing a gagana as a gagana is yathartha buddhi. That buddhi is replaced by viparita buddhi because of only this adhyasa is. So, atasmin tad buddhi. Cognition of something in something which is not there. That is called adhyasa. So that buddhi is called viparita buddhi, wrong perception, misconception. This is adhyasa. Therefore, doshavati vibhavyante tani. Samsargini doshavati vibhavyate. Samsargini means in the person. Samsargaha asya yasya asti iti samsarginau, samsarginaha. It is nakaranta shabda. Because in the person who comes in contact with this rajju, etc., samsargini, therefore there is this dosha. So adhyasa will happen only when you are perceiving the adhisthana. Without your perception of adhisthana, this adhyasa is not possible. You will see snake, sarpa, only when you perceive the rope. Without perceiving the rope, there is no perception of snake. No rope perception, no snake perception. You perceive rope, but not as a rope. You perceive rope, but you see it as a snake. So therefore, all the necessary conditions are there for superimposition. Therefore, only you superimpose. Therefore, samsargini doshavat vibhavyante. All the ingredients, these conducive situations are there. Therefore, only you superimpose. Therefore, the point is, the adhisthana is not out of your sight. The adhisthana is there, but it is not. Adhisthana is there. Adhisthana, it is seen by you, but it is not completely seen. So when adhisthana is there and it is seen, but not completely seen, that is what we call adhyasa. This adhyasa because of this viparita buddhi. Viparita buddhi adhyasa. The adhyasa is viparita buddhi. That is, in the person who is in contact with adhisthana directly, there is viparita buddhi. There is viparita buddhi, this adhyasa. Because of which only that person sees a thing as a different thing. Therefore, seeing a thing as a different thing is a dosha. But that dosha, tad doshaihi, tesham doshaihi, किं भवति तेषां न लेपः तेषां referring to the rajvadina rajju shukti etc rajvadina न लेपः they are not touched snake etc sarpa rajata udaka malani न लेपः it doesn't touch what rajju shuktika ushara gagana so tesham na lepaha bhavati. So therefore snake etc. do not contaminate, do not touch snake etc. do not touch the rope etc. That is the meaning. The Bhashyakara gives many drishtanta to make us understand what this adhyasa is. Adhyasa requires adhishtana and the adhyasta. Adhisthana remains unaffected by any amount of this adhyasta because it is mithya. And therefore the dosha of adhyasta cannot touch the adhisthana sat. Even though doshavati vibhavyante, really tad doshaihi tesham na lepaha iti. So therefore, what is this viparita buddhi adhyasa bhagyahite? Therefore, viparita buddhi adhyasa bhagyahite. They referring to the rope, etc. They are bhagyaha. They are outside. Outside means they are above. They are not touched by this adhyasta. So therefore, viparita buddhi adhyasa bhagyahite. They are, that is, they referring to the adhisthana, that is rope, etc. Viparita buddhi adhyasa bhagya. They are above to this adhyasa, superimposition, which is in the form of this viparita buddhi, the misconception, the wrong perception. So therefore, rope is outside the adhyasa. Shuktika is outside this adhyasa. This gagana is outside this adhyasa. It means not enjoying the same degree of reality. It has got binnasattvam. Therefore, na lipyate bhagya doshaihi iti. That is the meaning of this vakya. Important statement. So, vyavaharika cannot affect paramarthika. When this is forgotten, then samsara creeps in. So, what is the cause for samsara? When the paramarthika drishti is not there, when vyavaharika drishti, when we perceive the paramarthika sat, then there is samsara, there is dukkitva. For that only all these drishtantas are shown by the Bhashyakara. The drishtanta also there is beauty in it. One is vyavaharika. Some vyavaharika, rajju, etc. That's pratibhasika. Some vyavaharika drishtanta like gagana and mala. That is vyavaharika drishtanta. It is for the total. It is available for perception for all the people. And individual perception, Rajju Sarpa. So both the types of Drishtanta Bhashyakara shows. By that, he says that Atma is Asangaha. It is not affected. It is Bhagyaha, Paramarthika, Sattakaha iti. With that, we will stop. The next line we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति शांति शांतिः हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम